Governors of the 36 states in Nigeria under the umbrella of the Nigeria Governors Forum will meet on Wednesday to discuss issues related to petrol subsidy and COVID-19 vaccines. The governors discussed this in a statement issued in Abuja on Monday by Abdul Razak Bello Barkindo, the head, media and public affairs of the NGF Secretariat. The forum spokesperson said the emergency meeting will be held virtually. Bello Barkindo said the governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, who is the chairman of the NGF Committee on Subsidy on Petrol, would brief his colleagues before any decision on the supply and or retaining of the product is taken. He added that various issues revolving around the COVID-19 vaccines rollout would feature prominently in the meeting. Joining us now on issues that concerns the state of the nation of Nigeria, insecurity, and the quest for the Southeast to produce the next president is Charles Kalu. Charles Kalu is the DG Global Initiative for Good Governance, GIGG, and National Coordinator of People's Democratic Party Coalition, PDP CEO. Glad to have you join us, Charles.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, good. Your principle says an emergency should be declared in education. Now, the question will be, what form would that take? He also says no resources should be spared in getting back the kidnapped. Is he in support of ransoms being paid to these bandits?
No, definitely. What he's saying there is that because if you, here in America, the government never dialogues with kidnappers or all these criminals or hoodlums. Generally, once the government gets into that, that means we are losing the touch. So he is meaning that they should know what to do to get these kids back instead of going to pay them with taxpayers' money in the name of trying to get back these kids, which is absolutely wrong. So that's what he's meaning.
Okay, it would be useful if he had something more to say on the matter, because as you can imagine, a lot is being thrown at this particular problem. People clamored for service chiefs. They brought in service chiefs. Now people are asking for mercenaries. It would be useful if people actually had something specific to table, that they tabled it now, so we know where they are headed.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. That's what needs to be done, because you can see the administration they got it wrong, from the beginning. So that's why it's kind of difficult for them to get a handle on the situation of what's going on here in the country. So until they reach out across the aisle to talk with people that have more experience in solving this kind of puzzle, then they should be able to get it done. Otherwise, these things will keep rigmaroling and going back and forth. And they all believe in just paying all these criminals to get them back, which is a very wrong thing to do. Government does not dialogue with criminals.
Well, some people will argue that perhaps if one had to do everything to get your loved one back, you might not be arguing on that side of the aisle. But let's talk a bit of politics. Some analysts decry that a unified authority to serve as a credible opposition to the ruling party is what the PDP has failed to do. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, as an opposition party, PDP, we have been doing what we need to do, actually, to try to get the government in the right direction so that Nigerians can actually see that they have the good governance that we're talking about. But in other words, you can see that they are not reciprocating with the pressure that we're giving them to, get the country in the right direction. So it's kind of tough when people don't get across the aisle, just like I said, to listen or to get information that will help and make things work for the nation. So it's kind of difficult. That is what we are facing in Nigeria. And that's why it looks like we are not doing enough. We are doing enough. The party is pushing and keep on pushing as an opposition party to make sure that we get the government in line, on check on what needs to be done to get Nigeria to progress.
Charles, some Igbos and non-Igbos as well are clamoring for the presidency to rotate to the east. You are the national coordinator of PDP coalition. What's your party's bent on this? And then at this, do you see a president of Igbo extraction become a reality in 2023? Are the Igbos consulting enough, like you talked about, across the aisle, across the divides, the aisle, to be able to achieve this objective?
Well, at this point, the presidency for Igbo extraction is open. That's not what we are looking at right now. We are looking at a party that will come up with someone. It doesn't matter if he's from the Igbo extraction. It doesn't matter if from some zones needs to be given chance anyways for them to come out to showcase what they have, for them to be able to make sure that yes, whoever that they're showcasing will be able to push Nigeria forward. It's all about who can have the capacity and the capability to move Nigeria forward, to remove Nigeria from this dungeon that we're into at the moment. It's not all about Igbo extraction presidency. Neither is it about bringing a particular person to head Nigerian's Oval Office. It's all about someone that has experience and capacity that can lead and move Nigeria forward. That is what we are looking at as far as the party is concerned.
So your party, what you're saying is that your party is not zoning into the East. It can be anybody.
The party, as far as I'm concerned, what we should be looking at is to give someone that can drive Nigeria out of this dungeon. It's not about bringing a particular section of people or clan to move to contest for presidency. This is not a Sunday medicine. This is not a Sunday medicine march. This is a nation that needs a direction, and that means we need anyone. It doesn't matter if it's from Igbo. It doesn't matter if it's from North. It doesn't matter if it's from Yoruba. We need someone who can drive Nigeria out of this recession. Someone who can drive Nigeria out of these problems. Someone who can protect the citizens of this nation. That is the person that we are looking at. It is not just about where he come from or where she come from. It's about the capacity and the capability of the personnel that will drive this nation forward to the next level.
Okay, Mr. Kalu, it's like you took the words out of my mouth. Even with the inclusion of the she, you're definitely looking broadly. But what would you say to the fact that someone says the apparatus of the PDP may not be the right apparatus, since so far all PDP have succeeded in projecting is that they're just another face of APC, the old style politics? Perhaps it's time for something completely new, something completely without being strangled by the system, so we can get a fresh face, fresh eyes, fresh minds to the whole, to the challenges we're facing at the moment. What do you say to that?
Well, a lot of people keep saying that, but I can tell you from my own perception about what this is all about. It is not all about people that you see every day. There are still new faces. There are still new brains in the party who are there working tirelessly to make sure that, yes, we have a new face of the party. And I can tell you that by the time 2023 come to the door, everything will unfold. Like I said, I cannot keep talking about this. What we need is someone that will help Nigeria, someone that will deliver this country, someone that will make this country worthwhile for we citizens to dwell into. It's not all about age. It's not all about who is there.
Mr. Charles, I couldn't help but notice you keep pushing someone. I was going to ask you if your principal is going to run again in 2023, but we're out of time. That would have been interesting to hear your response, especially with clamor for a younger, dynamic president for 2023. But we do appreciate your time so far on Newsday here on the Rise News channel.